Suvansh, take it away.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Coming from different backgrounds, we got connected to produce a podcast that talks about demystifying connections. And little did we know that we would actually end up making such great connections amongst ourselves. We are Team One, the Random Jacks, with Jayden as project manager, myself as the producer and host, Kanak as a writer, and Arjun as brand manager. We present you the podcast Connections Matter. We would also like to thank Anita, Lolly, and Betsy for this opportunity, and we are grateful to all our friends we formed from this workshop. So in terms of the roses in this journey, we enjoyed the whole process of learning. And the best thing about this podcast was that we all got out of our comfort zones and we collaborated in ways we could have never imagined earlier. In terms of the challenges faced that other thorns, our biggest challenge was to be in sync with the work that we did, especially when few of us were overseas. And I think Jayden, as the project manager, did a great job in scheduling our meetings. Another great challenge was to innovate and bring our thoughts together. And that is where Arjun and Kanak helped with their creative thinking. I'm sure there were many other challenges, but through our collaborative efforts, none of those seemed to be a big deal. And in terms of the buts, through these last couple of weeks, we went in depth about what goes behind creating an engaging podcast. But the most important bit is the teamwork that goes unsaid most of the times. Through our teamwork, we made all those puzzle pieces of scripting, branding, hosting, and producing come together, which we have also depicted in our cover art. Personally, I felt that this whole experience motivated me to have more engaging conversations and also enjoy the process of learning. So I'd like you all to enjoy our podcast. Thank you. Thanks for listening to Connections Matter by the four random jacks. J as in Jayden, A as in Arjun, K as in Kanak, and S as in Suvansh. Human connection is an energy exchange between people. It has the power to deepen the moment, inspire change, and build trust. I'm your host Suvansh, an international student at Monash University, and in this podcast, we'll try to demystify connections. With us as a special guest, we have Jayden, who is a student from psychology background and really loves studying people's behavior. Welcome to the podcast, Jayden. Excited to have you on the show today.
Hi, Suvansh. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited for this show.
So, starting with the word itself, a connection may have different meanings, but for this podcast, I would like to limit our conversation to my most favorite interpretation of connections, that is the social connections. So, Jayden, what comes to your mind when you hear the word connections?
In the modern society, connections are about human relationship. It could represent a connection we build between business partner, and it also could mean the relationship we build between friends. The more we know about each other, the more we deeply connect.
So, do you think connections matter?
Well, yes, connections do matter. Strong tie with family, friends, and the community provide us with happiness, security, support, and sense of purpose. Being connected to others is important for our mental and physical well-being and can be a protective factor against anxiety and depression.
Okay. With the COVID induced lockdowns resulting in thousands of students studying at home and unable to leave their houses for extended periods, there are a number of concerns, one of the major one being mental health. How important do you think our connections are in these uncertain times?
To combat with these negative effects and thoughts, I cannot stress how important your connections are. To answer your question, I believe that certain organizations such as the Study Melbourne in Victoria or some other organization in a different state or country play a very vital role in making sure that the international student community is actively engaged in as much virtual activities. To give you an example, I love attending the Confidence Hacker workshops, which really help me answer the what-if questions that arise in my mind due to the stress of COVID, such as career progress, physical fitness, and many other issues. I find this kind of workshop and events to be the means of spreading happiness and also building connections. In fact, I've made so many great connections at these workshops with whom I still hang out.
Yeah. Team one, what a gorgeous, professional, seamless little episode you gave us there. So everyone, team one, please find them. They should be the final team on your sheet that you are voting for. Let's have a chat about this. I'm going to throw to Anita first. Anita, thoughts?
I mean, flawed, another outstanding podcast. Oh my God, Jayden, I have seen your growth. I have seen you through ConfidenceCrew sessions for the last, year and a half or something. And to see your continued growth, growing into the person that you are and that you continue to want to be, fills my heart just with so much joy. And you were the team that, I know there's 3 of you that are here in Melbourne and 1 of you that's overseas. And the 3 of you were able to get together, like physically get together, have a cup of coffee together, your favorite beverage, and build those connections. And they are the connections that matter, the ones that we can build in those teams. Talk about beautiful artwork, all of those 4 bits coming together, just like the 4 random jacks, the 4 of you randomly coming together, building something that is so beautiful, so softly and beautifully spoken, but still getting that really amazing message through about the connections that really do matter. So blown away.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I echo that, Anita, that visual storytelling, and the visual storytelling on so many different levels with their, like, the 4 jacks, the 4 different roles they played within the team, and, you know, the fact that it is about connection and connecting like a puzzle. Mwah. Beautiful.
My 3 favorite things: great dialogue throughout that entire interview, really well thought out, nice and smooth and clean, really took us on a journey. And I love the links you made around the fact that Jayden is studying psychology, and so who better to talk about connection and social connection? Very smooth, team, well done. I love at the very beginning when you're introducing us, Suvansh, you say human connection is an energy exchange between people. You had me at that line. I was just like, I was right there with you. And I felt the same way this morning, or this afternoon, I should say, when I heard this for the first time.